But having said that, it is a great race to watch as well. And if these paddlers can get all four of them paddling this really unstable boat in unison, it's quite an impressive thing.
Well, we've got the first three in the World Championships here. Russia won the gold and Belarus won the silver in Moscow, and Hungary were third. And also, for good measure, Romania, who were fourth. The Ukraine were disqualified, and the Czech Republic was seventh. And as far as the European scene is concerned, the Belarus Quartet are the European champions. So furthest away, Romania in lane 2, Russia here in lane 3 with 3 of the crew that took the gold medal in Moscow. And then next to them in lane 4 will be Belarus. Now, Belarus here, European champions in 2013 and 2014, and world silver medalists in 2013 and 2014. So they've just got to be on the premises, haven't they? And then after them, the Ukraine. Now, 3 of this crew have been in the boat that was disqualified at the World Championships. But again, Ukraine, bronze medalists at the last 2 European Championships. And the Czechs, who are in lane 7, here they are. The Czechs, something of an unknown quantity here. They're in the outside lane, and on all known form, they are the outsiders.
Yeah, I think what the Czechs will be doing is hoping that the home crowd get behind them, and maybe they can try and get involved with the race early on and stick with the pace. But I think they're going to find this hard. There's some good crews in here, aren't there? And they may well paddle away from the Czechs.
Well, you just look down the list here, and absolutely, Romania, Russia, Hungary, Belarus and the Ukraine all have crews with medalists stacked in the boats. Under the starters' orders for the final race of the 1,000-meter program on this bright and breezy Saturday, blue sky, white fluffy clouds above us, a calm water, a tailwind, but it's straight down the course as they get underway in the Canadian Falls, the European Championships of 2015.
And great to see a good clean start. All the bows getting away evenly over the first 3 or 4 strokes. Not easy to do in these boats. This is the most difficult of boat categories, to get the thing moving, get it moving together and make it work well. And I'm pleased to say all 6 crews got away very well. And actually the Czechs in lane 7 really holding their own over the early section.
Yeah, the Hungarians is a different outfit to the bronze medalists, and at the moment they're the crew that are lagging. Ukraine with a strong start, but now beginning to push through the Russians, 2 from the top of your picture on the left there. And they're vying with Ukraine and Belarus. Those are the front 3. And furthest away from you, lane 1, Romania off the pace. Closest to you, the Czech Republic, now finding out the sort of opposition that they're up against.
Yeah, and this is what you find being 1,000-meter races, this middle section from the... You get the first 250 out of the way, which is the start, which you can really expend some energy in, but then you pay for it later if you're not careful. So this is about how well drilled they are, how aerobically fit the paddles are, and there's nowhere to hide. If you're not fit enough, if you're not practiced enough, then you're going to be found out in this middle section of the race.
They're the Russians with a useful advantage now. The picture's slightly deceptive, but we'll get a more accurate reference now as they come to the half distance. So it's a good half a boat length there for Russia ahead of the Ukraine and Belarus, and Romania struggling.
Yeah, Ukraine looks strong. Russia, as you said, they got away to a good early start. Looking strong at the moment, keeping their paddle strokes together, all locking on at the same time. They'll be aware, they'll know that they're out in front. They'll sense the crews over to their left. They'll be thinking, right, stay calm, maintain this rhythm. Then when they get to they'll see the boys for the 200 meters. When they get close to there, they'll try and lift the stroke again.
Tempo is interesting in that Russian boat. And also, Malcolm, your thought on the paddle stroke, because it's quite short and sharp.
It is, yeah, which can be good. They've got a shorter paddler in the bow who's setting the rhythm, and if the stronger paddles can keep with that rhythm, then that's fine. But the stroke is a little bit shorter, and actually, if you look at the Ukrainians in the yellow tops, They've got a longer, smoother stroke. They'll be hoping they'll be able to make that count, but it looks to me like they've got a lot of work to do, and they've only got about a minute in which to catch the leaders. I'm not sure they're going to do that.
Yeah, that's assuming that the Russians have left a little bit in the tank here, but the Ukrainians, as you say, vying at the moment with Romania. Is it Romania on the far side there? It is indeed, who've actually moved up here. They've been doing all their best work, and it's Romania who are actually probably the fastest of the crews now out on the regatta course, trying to get into this. They're certainly in a medal position. I would say they're silver now, and they're really breathing on the Russians. The line can't come soon enough for the Russian quartet, but they are going to get there. And Russia take it from the Ukraine at the top of from Romania at the top of your picture. Ukraine are third, and then the Czech Republic coming into fourth, where unfortunately they finished on too many occasions today. And then Hungary and Belarus, disappointing.
They were, weren't they? Yes, and actually the Czechs, I thought, had a really positive race. They'll take a lot from that. They were in there with a good chance. Yes, they were fourth. That's a disappointing position to come in. They weren't far away from the race. When we thought they'd start to fade, they kept it together. Russians took the win. I must say they didn't look the smoothest. I thought the Ukrainians looked very smooth, but the Russians really had the power and the strength, and that choppy stroke just helped them keep that rhythm and keep the boat up and gliding. And these are very heavy boats. And the problem if you have a long, languid stroke is that the boat can decelerate. Whereas if you have that choppy, powerful stroke, you keep the boat up and gliding. And the Russians obviously did that today.
Yeah, real power you're seeing here from the Russians, as you say. Arguably not the best of techniques, but just unbelievable. These are really big guys. I mean, you're talking 100 kilos plus.
Oh yeah, I mean, the paddler in the front there setting the rhythm, but the other guys are big, strong.
The engine room.
That's absolutely. Rather nice headbands as well.
And there you can see the Romanians just leaning back and shooting the bow of their canoe to ensure they get the silver medal. Interesting, the Russians crossed the line and they all looked to their left and not to the right where the Romanians were.
Well, I think that, you know, they may not have even known. They sensed the other crews to their left, and that's what happens sometimes. You're sort of aware of them, but you're not aware of the crews that are stalking you from the unseen side.
So you have to say that Germany win the first day of finals here with 4 very